Sydney FC survive after being in relegation for seemingly 29 rounds straight. The Sky Blues have done it. Incredible scenes here at Netstrata Jubilee Stadium. Thank you for joining us on the Football New South Wales YouTube page. You can join us back here in about 10 minutes for the start of the Sydney Olympic Women's versus Illawarra Stingrays. But we hope you enjoyed this, and we hope to see you next week for the finals. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, as a reminder, today is the
Welcome back to Netstrata Jubilee Stadium here in Cogra. We have a finals preview on the final match day of the NPL New South Wales women's competition. It's the third place Illawarra Stingrays taking on the hosts, fourth place Sydney Olympic. If you're looking forward to the finals here in this competition, it's come a week early. It's Christmas for the fans of the women's competition here. We've got the top four all playing each other a week before finals. The football gods absolutely spoiling the fans here. But on for today. The loser of this game, if there is to be a winner, the winner will go into third place and play RPL Leichhardt in second, as the loser will have the unfortunate reward of playing the heavyweight team of this competition, the MacArthur Rams. Kickoff just about to get underway, just a little bit delayed here with the additional injury time that we've seen in the men's game earlier. We'll get you the starting lineups in just a moment. See great scenes here just moments ago as Sydney FC punched their ticket for survival in the NPL New South Wales men's competition for 2025, getting a 2-1 win over Sydney Olympic, and Rory O'Donovan finding the back of the net in his final game for the club. So kickoff moments away. Sydney Olympic having a big talk about this. There's still plenty to play for between these two sides, although neither of them will host the final next week.
Gentlemen, before Roy leaves us forever, just a quick word from the man boy. I'll pass it over to you, maybe for the just want to say to all of you supporters,
the start of this game has been slightly hijacked by Roy O'Donovan. We should still be able to get underway. Kickoff here in Cogra. 90 minutes to go in the regular season. It's been a fascinating season so far for both these sides, especially as we try and battle Roy O'Donovan. And Roy still here showing his support to the women's side, who have had a objectively better season than their male counterparts. So we'll get you the starting lineups in just a moment. It's an early chance here for the Stingrays. Just quietly going about their approach and attack. Both these sides very compact in the middle of the park. So you expect to see a lot of width being played here. So we'll start with the visitors, the Illawarra Stingrays. Stephen Gordon, their coach. His starting lineup is as follows. Number 1, Sophie Emery. Number 4, Amy Dekimura. Number 7, the captain, Chloe Middleton. Number 8, Sakura Nojima. Number 11, Danica Matos. Number 14, Siobhan Edwards. Number 15, Caitlin Cooper. Number 28, Sophia Christopherson. Number 32, Hayley Taylor-Young. Number 34, Brooklyn Hudson. Number 39, Poppy Hooks. Here's the starting lineup as a little flick chance over the top there. Don't know if that was a through ball or a shot, but give it the first real chance of the match. It goes the way of the visitors and the Steelers, the Stingrays, apologies. We are at the home of the Dragons, so my vocabulary getting a little bit mixed up there with the Steelers and the Stingrays. See both Illawarra base sides. So Edwards putting a bit of pressure on early, forcing the kick out wide, and the touch is a little bit heavy. The linesman's there, close call to keep that one in. But Olympic will keep possession. So the bench for the Illawarra Stingrays, number 13, Kalia Austin. Number 16, Genevieve Nisbet. Number 17, Adelaide Thompson. Number 19, Hayley Callow. Number 30, Kate McPherson. And number 33, Ella Giles. Rounds out the starting lineup for the third place Illawarra Stingrays. And for the fourth place Sydney Olympic, Jeffrey Abrahams has picked this side. Number 2 on the ball now is Gabrielle Peak. Try to shield that one out for a corner possibly, but in the better of her opponent there for a goal kick. And number 3, Ebony McCure-Shaw. Number 4, Aya Yamata at the back. Number 8, the captain, Brianna Olivero. Number 9, Demi Kulizakos, the top scorer for this side this season, alongside number 11, Rochelle Borromeo. Number 12, Tiana Jabba. Number 13, Tara Baldana. Number 17, Maxine Peak, who bagged 4 goals last week, if you don't mind. Number 27, Taylor Ray. Number 40, Sarah Willisey, as this one likely to be shielded out again and appeals for a corner, and it's going to be given. A bit of a mistake there. An early one. Let's try to be shielded out. Have to see who it was exactly. Might have been Taylor or Haley Taylor Young. Walking away with the head down. It's always a bit of a key indicator there, really. Ball coming in from Ray. Found in the middle. It was a good header by Yamahata, who got up, despite being one of the smaller players in the box there. First real chance of the game falls the way of Olympic, and Yamahata had a real big go at it. And she's going to have her hands full today with Sambarn Edwards lurking around as the last woman in this attack for the Stingrays. We'll just quickly round out the bench for Sydney Olympic. And number 20, Anna Ivanovic. Number 23, Kiana Woods. Number 25, Priya Skiraja. Number 29, Helena Malesi. And number 36, Natalia Giannakos, is the starting lineup for Sydney Olympic. So, first chance of the game going for the Stingrays. And then Sydney Olympic firing back through Yamahata. Now in the middle of the park, losing the ball is Nojima. And now the other way, trying to find Peak. It was Kulizakos, I should say, who coughs up possession. The ball floated away and headed back into play. A bit surprisingly, you might say, by Haley Taylor Young. She might have been inside the technical area of Stephen Gordon, and she still decided to head it in. Bit of S-housery in the early stages of this one. So you think with these two sides, obviously how close it is up the top, you don't want to lose on the final day of the season. There's no real strategic losing in this one, because the loser has to do battle with the MacArthur Rams next week. And obviously the storyline, it's written in the stars for the Rams, really. With the announcement of the coaching changes over the last couple of weeks and some of the ins and outs that you'd expect to come with a big announcement like that. Could be a big shake-up in this competition for next year, but we've only got the next couple of weeks that we can look forward to, and these two sides will have a massive, massive role in that, as Edwards wins it back, plays it to Nojima. Out wide now to Middleton, who had her pass put to bed for the time being by Yamahata, and it's going to be a throw for the Stingrays on the furthest touchline, up on the attacking third of the Stingrays now is Nojima. Looking for Middleton, but opts to go herself, and she's done really well. Gets past a couple, has Edwards in the middle, but across just didn't get the curl and dinked into it, and it's going to go out for a goal kick. And the Stingrays have looked the goods in the early, very early stages of this one. Taken quickly and under a bit of pressure now. Possession coughed up. Stingrays ball in the middle. Middleton. Great little flick and turn, and straight back to Middleton now. Young. Taylor Young gets it in the middle, and that's going to be easy pickings. Very, very easy pickings. And a get out of jail free card for the Olympic defence in the early stages of this one. So just a couple changes from the squads that we seen last week. So no Lacey Bowling on the matchday squad for Jeff Abrahams. Demi Kulizakos and Rochelle Borromeo still there. Obviously had a midweek match. Sydney Olympic did. Stingrays had a full 7 days to recover. Under a bit of pressure, the clearance is only as... It almost looked like it was far as Najima, but coughed up a bit early there by Gabrielle Peak. Her header was wayward. It's picked up now by Hayley Taylor-Young. Finds Edwards. Taylor-Young and Edwards drifting all the way back from her natural 9 position into the centre of the park, and it may work against her. She's going to have to foul there. Strategic one. No cards given in the early stages of this one as of yet, but that was stopping a pretty clear counter-attack with Demi Koulazakis. And as we said for Siavar and Edwards, not a usual position. Ball over the top, picked out pretty expertly there by Christopherson. And it was a fair battle there by Hudson, shouldering away the challenge of Jabeur. Now playing it around at the back with Yamahata. Long clearance from the keepers. One bouncing out, and Jeff Abraham's not happy with that. Might be separated by 100 odd meters or so, but if looks could kill from the coach. Back now with Taylor-Young. She's had plenty of involvement so far, which is surprising considering Stingrays' attacking threats. You see the 3 of them lined up there. Obviously, Dekimura, more of an attacking left-sided player, was playing centrally there, and she's front and centre here. But that's a good clearance by Jabbar. And now Peak. Gabrielle Peak's cross is deflected away and cleared out, but only as far as a throw. And Olympic starting to build a bit of momentum here. Peak's throw. Touches a little bit heavy. Has to play it back to Taylor Ray. Now it's Yamahata. Over the top, was trying to find the captain, Olivero. But first to it again was Yamahata, and right as I was about to give a compliment, the ball's gone out with no one around her, so we'll have to keep those words to ourselves. The curse of the commentator lives on strong here at Kogarah. So obviously we've got plenty of games going on simultaneously. We had a few start about half an hour ago. As this ball over the top should be collected rather easily. But a little scare to start off there by Amy Dekimura. Now looking for the early ball was Oliveira, but he's given up possession and looking for Edwards, but played it straight into the path of Yamahata. Central to everything Sydney Olympic have been doing defensively so far. She has been all season. Ball played across the middle, it's only as far as Middleton. There's Hudson. Cooper. Back out there, and Chloe Middleton again making her presence felt in the middle of the park. Nojima. Playing it across, and Mackenzie's there. Mackenzie's fouled. No advantage played either. And possession won back there by Taylor Ray. And under a bit of pressure there was Sarah Willisey. Had to clear it, and we've seen that a couple times from both sets of keepers. Nowhere to go. Just having to clear it to the nearest touchline, and luckily both sets of attacks are just still finding their footing in the early stages. Treading water, skating on thin ice, as they'd say. Looking for a breakaway. That's a good punch. Bit of pressure to get rid of that one. Hudson was fouled, and free kick for Sydney Olympic. So Stingrays very, very high press in attack, and it's left them a little bit exposed on this right side. As Ray thought about it, but the workhorse in the middle, Deki Mura, stopping it for the time being. A little link up there between Kulizakis and the skipper doesn't work out. Edwards looked up, thought about it, but as she did so, it was Taylor Ray there to Tiana Jabba. Stopped her in her tracks, and now Taylor Young with the throw. Quick one to Dekimura. Takes it on the right, and a strong, strong cross into the body of Gabby Peak. It's out for the same result, another throw for the Stingrays. Taylor Young's only got one real option there with Deki Mura, but Edwards makes herself available at the edge of the box. Oliveira's there. Olivero, I should say. And now working with it was Nojima, but coughing up possession. Now out wide is Kulizakis. Trying to play it through to Olivero. And the heavy touch works out well there for Cooper. Hudson. Long ball over the top from Nojima. Could work out here for Deki Mura. Back in the middle, it's Edwards, and a fantastic stop by Yamahata. If that touch goes past her, you'd think the Stingrays are in for their first. 15 minutes into the first half. Kulizakis just dropping in deep to make sure her side can regain possession and potentially conjure something up as a little temporary position switch with Gabby Peak. Ball in the middle finds Maxine Peak. Some feat to get 4 goals against the 440 South Wales Institute on Wednesday. The goals don't come far and few between them. Back now with Peak, given up. Edwards, option to her right, goes that way. It's a good stop and cleaned up pretty easily there by the Olympic defence, and possibly a bit of late challenge there. Could have caught him in the face. Looks like it. Let's just have another look there. Won't be down for too long though. Should be alright. So back underway. Botch clearance there by Taylor Rays. Had a pretty impeccable start to this one, and could that come back to bite Olympic? As you say that, front and centre is Taylor Ray to win the ball back. Deki Mura has Edwards, goes herself Deki Mura. Never really challenging the keeper there. Respect for the effort though. You just never know from that range, as they say. If you don't buy a ticket, you can't win the raffle. It's more like the $100 million lottery ticket, that one. Long ball over the top, and again, this one's just going to be easily collected by Sophie Emery. Possession not being prioritised by Sydney Olympic, and with only one real chance to speak of so far, just under 20 minutes gone here. I wonder if that might be a bit of a mentality switch that they're going to have to make going forward, not only in this game, but going against the two elite sides above them in RPL Leichhardt and the MacArthur Rams. If they want to go all the way, they've got to get past both of them. Heavy touch picked up by Taylor Young. Now back to Hooks. Simple 1-2 with Nojima. Hooks over the top, Dekimura. And Peak in the middle to Ray. First time ball. Was looking for the run of Maxine Peak. It's cool as Zarkas. Almost waited there for the layoff. Never meant to be. Possession back with the Stingrays. Long ball by Hooks. Calls for handball. Looked like it. And it's going to be a free kick for the visitors just short of halfway. So we have a quick look at these two sides. Last couple of games, it's been an inconsistent end to the season for Sydney Olympic. You see with the 4-1 win that we mentioned against Football New South Wales Institute and the win against the Granville Ravens the week before was 2 back-to-back losses against quality sides in the Northwest Sydney Spirit, and then obviously a 3-0 loss to the Macarthur Rams. Good chance there. Was looking for Edwards, but Yamahata first to it. Cleared away. Possession staying the way with the visitors. It's been all Illawarra this opening 20 minutes. Hudson. Back to Taylor Young. Nojima. Ball finds its way back to Poppy Hooks. Nojima again. Got plenty of space if she can get past Kulazakis. She does so. Now on the ball was Kayla Cooper. Switches on for Taylor Young. They're going to go that way. Oh, even had the commentator fooled. Chloe Middleton, the skipper. For the early ball and has to beat out Gabby Peak. Oh, sorry, it's Ebony McCure Shaw out there on the left. Peak on the right. Intercepted there. It's a good interception as Olympic will win the ball back. Yamahata under pressure. Not done yet. Edwards has got plenty of running to go, as does Dekimura. Falls to Nojima. Gets it onto the left. Falling at the edge of the box. It's a good shot and just wide. We're taking a deflection on the way out because it's gone for a corner. Great bit of skill there by Sakura Nojima. And the Stingrays are their second corner of the game. Brooklyn Hudson stepping up to this one. It's got Nojima at short. Waves her off. Ball into the middle and the header's got a clean connection on it. Well wide of the back stick and a sigh of relief for Sydney Olympic. Fallen behind the 8 ball a little bit as this game progresses in the first half. 21 minutes gone here at Net Strata Jubilee Stadium. Taylor with the quick one and Peak filling in centrally. It's a wayward pass. Ball back in the middle by Nojima and it's going to be a penalty. And the Sydney Olympic defence protesting their innocence. That there was a trip up. Falling over was Nojima. Try to lay it off to Edwards, who would have had a clean strike from the penalty spot regardless. But she's going to get an even better chance at it here, Sia Barn-Edwards. And a chance to open the scoring. And probably deservingly so for the Stingrays if they can find the back of the net here. Through their top scorer. 12 goals this season, Sia Barn-Edwards. Players continuing, the defensive line of Sydney Olympic continuing to plead their innocence. Sia Barn-Edwards to open the scoring here in Kogarah. Got a hand to it, but still finding the back of the net. And that is a disappointed look there from Edwards. almost very nearly missing that one, but doesn't matter how they go in the end. But Sarah Willisey got a strong palm to it, but the net still left bulging, and the Illawarra Stingrays lead 1-0 here, 23 minutes gone. Siobhan Edwards, 13 goals this season. It's offside. Very quick one there for Kulizakis. No time wasted from the sideline official. Under a bit of pressure there by Kulizakis, the one who gave away that free kick. For the offside, trying to win some momentum back for her team. Early pass. Hudson's coughed up possession. It's Yamahata there. Kulizakis. Try to play it through to Maxine Peak. But first to it, Sophie Emery. Barking out instructions to her team as well, because Olympic, after that goal, look a bit fired up. Kind of caught them off guard, the penalty decision, and almost saving it as well. Possibly lighting a fire underneath them. And as Zeki Mura's down on pitch for a little bit, but she should be able to recover. Tough cookie. Never in doubt. Taylor Young. You could hear the call from Edwards. Just mistimed to run a little bit, and absolutely no surprise who's first to it. It's Yamahata. Long ball over the top. Through on goal was Peaks. Had it first time, and with the keeper still on her line, questioning if that's probably the right decision there. If it was the chip, you'd think that Emery would have had that pretty comfortably under control. Regardless, Stingrays go the other way now. Middleton passes a little wayward. And looks like Gabby Peaks coughed a bit of a blow there, possibly to the head. And will be stopped for the time being. It's Maxine Peaks, and first to the scene, Gabby. Just making sure that Maxine was all right. Session one back quickly, and the Olympic defence pleading, saying that the ball should have just been given to them. The football gods working in their favour. They get a free kick, and possibly a few words to be exchanged after this one. Session one back by Najima. Tries to play Dekimura through. But again, Tiana Jabba, who's had a pretty sensational start to this game, helping out Gabby Peak on the right there. Hudson out wide to Taylor Young. Dekimura with a bit of a head start on Jabba. Siobhan Edwards already got one goal tonight. Playing in the back stick. Possibly going for goal. Didn't really trouble Willisey in the end. The goal kick taken quickly. I don't think Edwards really realised. It did seem like the ball was live in play. Stopped her pursuit pretty early. Otherwise, you'd think she might have got to it. Wonder if she knew. Possession coughed up then. McEwer Shaw trying to play Peak through. Just a little bit too early. And first to it, Caitlin Cooper. And both players going down there. Referee saying play on. McEwer Shaw to Jabba. Early ball out wide to Peak. Gabby Peak, that is. Taylor Young wins that one. Bordana trying to play it through and referee stop in place. Yeah, and just a drop ball this time, and Gabby Peak restarts proceedings here. Gabby called for the... You heard the call of Gabby from Gabby Peak there. Touches a little bit too heavy, and Taylor Young can't make them pay. Jabba now. Back to Yamahata. Try to play it over the top to Peak, but first to it, it's Poppy Hooks. Takimura having a bit of a tough time with it after a strong starting 20 minutes of this game. 15 minutes ago in the first half, they've had to readjust a little bit. Gabby Peak pushing up forward a little bit, which has gotten Tiana Jabba out on the right a little bit more, giving her the assignment of Tekimura. Long ball from Willisey. Peak had to work back to get it, but the chest is good. Now making the run was Peak, and Kulazakis playing the safer option to Oliveira. First time ball from Bordana. Had to cut it across. Thought the run of Peak was going around the side, but was going in behind. An easy pick up there for Sophie Emery. Long ball picked out by Bordana. And first to it again is Jabba. It's only as far as Taylor Young, and now Edwards with a bit of room to go forward. Seban Edwards gets past Jabba. And the 1-2 with Young. There was a push in the back, but the referee doesn't see it. Play on. Now Oliveira, great touch. Peek to her left if she wants it, but stopped out. It was great tracking back there by Taylor Young. And the Stingrays getting away with one there, really. Had a pretty contentious foul call, not go their way, which helped them on the counter-attack. And sorry, it was Olympic, that one. And Maxine Peak, obviously finding the back of the net for fun on Wednesday night. You don't want her getting through on goal. It's Bordana now. Possession back now with Nojima. Hooks. Little training drill with Sophie Emery. Just 1-2, back and forth, back and forth. How many more times could they do it? Tekimura finds Nojima as Edwards just lurking out there on the left. Offside at the moment, but had the chance if they could switch the play up. It's a good run and wasn't meant to be. Cooper's ball just going out. Sophia Christopherson showing potential of the pace that she can burn. Session coughed up by Ray, but obviously fouled to give that away. Taylor Ray, a good start to this game so far. Kamahata, and play back underway for Sydney Olympic. Another foul, and the Stingrays giving them away. Pretty silly now. You don't want to be carded 30 minutes into this one. Seen the cards flowing in the men's game just a couple of hours ago. Don't want the game to get out of hand in that regard, as Gabby Peaks called for offside, and Stingrays with a bit of reprieve in defence. Ball over the top. Yamahata first to it. Young, the aerial battle against Ray. going to fall the way of Olympic, though, through Peak. Taylor Young picks her pockets. Jabba. McKeown Shaw. Ball in the middle, but picked out by Hooks. Peak's first to it. Trying to play her sister through. Lavero. Now Bordana with space in the middle. Out wide to Jabba. Kulazakis. Bordana. Coughing up possession, but again, Bordana's there to pick up the scraps as Jaipur. We've seen the surface having a massive play in the earlier games. Offside. Out on the left there was Oliveira. And we're seeing a few slips already. You'll see as the weather's starting to cool down a little bit. Probably not cold enough for the dew to come in, but just having its way at the moment. Causing a little bit too much slipping and sliding for the defensive like-minded players. Seen Jabba struggling a little bit to keep up with Dekimura earlier. Christopherson coughing up possession out there on the right for the Stingrays, and another foul going the way of Olympic. They haven't done much with it though, has to be said. Aerially probably don't have the advantage to go crossing, but have been playing them very quickly and sharp. Yamahata. Kulazakis try to go first time to Peak. Cleared out by Poppy Hooks. Only as far as Kulazakis. First time to Peak. The touch is a little bit heavy. He's won it back though. After 4 goals against the Football New South Wales Institute, it's another early one here. Maxine Peak, Sydney Olympic, looked the goods in the last 5 minutes or so, and they've levelled proceedings here.
Sydney Olympic, scored by number 17, Maxine Peak.
Fantastic finish, it has to be said.
Illawarra Stingrays, 1.
Sophie Emery was in a perfect position, but Olympic fire back, and they've evened this one up, and probably rightfully so. So Peak moves to 11 for the season now, chasing Kulazakis on 14. They can score goals for sure, Sydney Olympic. Bag 4. They went through a little bit of a dry spell over the last couple of months though. Just starting to kick into gear really at the important time of the season, it must be said. Great strength by Maxine Peak as well on that one. Lost balance, lost momentum, lost the ball, lost just about everything. Somehow still ended up with it. A perfect chance, just slotted into the bottom corner. That's a striker's finish. Maxine Peak. Now Nojima. Can the Stingrays fire back? Has it go from long distance? And Willisey almost disappointed with that effort herself. Never really going to trouble her. The power was there, just a little bit off target. Again, another wayward goal kick has almost ended up perfectly for the Stingrays. The Yamahata's there. Early one from Peak, finding Gabby Peak. The ball from Maxine. The ball from Hooks. Najima through to Deki Mura. She's offside if she can keep it in. She does. Across the surface to Najima. And now with Hudson. Out wide, Christopherson had a bit of space, but foul given. Didn't get a chance to show off her pace and her true potential out there on the right side. And she's been given Ebony McCure-Shaw a little bit of issues in the early stages of this one with that pace. It's undeniable, and it's really unmatched in most parts of this competition. Kulizakis battling with hooks to win that back, and now with a bit of momentum to go forward. Kulizakis has to just calm it down and find her skipper. And Olivero, now Bordana. Mollisey in the middle, possession coughed up. Chance to go for it for a long range was there for Hudson, but safely playing it to Middleton, and now to Taylor Young. Over the top, that's a great ball to pick out Edwards. Met immediately by Yamahata. Hudson thought about it. Great turn to get past. Hudson's shot just didn't get the power that she desired. And it's a good save by Willisey. She's been caught into action plenty of times in this first half. And she's made the most of her opportunities in the sticks for Olympic. Now McCure-Shaw. Early ball picked out by Nojima. Bit of a, not so much confident clearance, that one from the Olympic defender. As Dekimura putting pressure on Jabba. They put pressure, even more pressure on Willisey. Does well to find Gabby Peak on the right. And now possession back with the Stingrays. Good ball out to Hudson, who just couldn't control the touch. Bit flat-footed as the ball came across, and Olympic will regather now through Oliveira. Thought about the very early option to Maxine Peak on the left. Goes to Gabby on the right, and it bounces away, and that's a frustrating end to what seemed to be a promising attack for Sydney Olympic. Taylor Young now on throwing duties. Out for another throw now, Sydney Olympic. You can just sense a little bit of momentum going back their way, the hosts. Playing out through the back is Willisey. A bit of pressure as Bordana. Taylor Ray now couldn't take control of the ball. Gets away with it though. Played it through to Kulizakis, and Peak waits in the middle for this one. Kulizakis tried to play it through to Peak, and she was fouled in the process, and probably the deepest free kick they've gotten all night so far. Sydney Olympic. Promising ball in the middle. Yamahata got a head onto it. Two crosses from set pieces. Both found the head of Yamahata, and they've both looked pretty promising, the headers. Something that the Stingrays are definitely going to have to look out for. Now the other way, the Stingrays through Hudson. Dekimura's got space, but Peak beats her to it and halts the attack for the time being. We can do a quick around the grounds for the first time tonight with the other simultaneous kickoffs. The Bulls FC Academy leading Manly United 3-0. Northern Tigers up 1-0 against Sydney University. Bit of Sapphire Cup magic rubbing off on that result there. NSW currently holding a 3-0 lead over the Blacktown Spartans. That's at half-time. And the MacArthur Rams in a possible grand final preview up 1-0 against RP Leichhardt. Plenty of action going on around the grounds. We hope you enjoyed the final day of the men's competition as well. All available to you on demand on the Football New South Wales YouTube page as well. Count down the final moments here of the first half. Taylor Young was out of play for a couple of seconds there, grabbing a drink on the sidelines and smiling coming back onto the pitch there. His possession regathered through hooks. The header from Taylor Young. Not enough power on it to get it back into the field of play, and it's going to go out and a throw in for Sydney Olympic as we hit the final 60 seconds of regulation. So we wait to see injury time. You suspect there wouldn't be much. Very few stoppages. If there have been, they've been very limited. Here's Hudson. Does well to keep possession, and even better there, the little Ronaldo chop, if you will, from Poppy Hooks. Peak trying to play it through, but first to it was Caitlin Cooper. Deki Mura, Najima linking up, and Brooklyn Hudson's there for company as well. Calls for taken out by behind there from Gabby Peaks on Deki Mura, who remains on the ground, clutching at a knee. Might not matter here for the Stingrays. Edwards playing Hudson through. One too many Olympic defenders there, and Yamahata there to pick up the scraps as a long range over the top ball effort from Kulizakis. Doesn't find anyone as Dekimura is up as the referee calls a halt to the game for the time being. Long kick by Emery, only as far as the head of Ray as Christopherson plays it back to Cooper. Haven't gone down the right side much, have the Stingrays. Here's the chance to prove them wrong as McEwer Shaw puts a stop to it. Plenty of options for the short throw. Edwards makes a run down the line, which is where they opt to go. Has 4 Sydney Olympic defenders to get past Airbarn Edwards. Somehow gets past them all. Back to Edwards, the goal scorer. Goes early with the cross. Deki Mura was making the run, but it's deflected away. And Middleton with a battle with Maxine Peake on the ground, who was fouled in the process of that. Got to think this could be the final throw of the dice for either side in the first half. And that's all she wrote for the first half. Thrilling first half. Either side staking their case to go into the break in the lead, but they can't be separated. It's 1 goal apiece. We'll be back in about 15 minutes for the final 45 minutes of action.
We'll be having the under 10 to 13 girls presentation, so please stick around and share your appreciation for the girls once we set up.
Welcome back to Netstrata Jubilee Stadium here in Cogra for the final 45 minutes of the regular season in the NPL New South Wales Women's Competition. Currently tied at a 1-1 deadlock between the third place Illawarra Stingrays and the fourth place Sydney Olympic side, who are hosting proceedings tonight after a double header. As a little bit of a collision there, and you could almost hear the audible wars and ahs from the crowd. It looks like it's Siobhan Edwards who's gone down with a bit of a collision with Ebony McCure Shaw. Both put their all into every challenge, and it looks like it's the Stingray striker who's come out worse for wear of that one. Tough cookie though. It's tough to bring it down for more than a while. So just going back to the first half, we had the opener by Siobhan Edwards from the penalty spot in the 23rd minute. Stingrays dominated the first 20 or 30 minutes or so. Bad back pass there by McCure Shaw. Almost very, very nearly picked up the scraps there was Hudson. McCure Shaw, not too sure what she was doing. No pun intended at all. But left Willisey with a world of work to do to get up to that one, and almost instantly clearing it, but only as far as Hudson, and Christopherson was floating on the inside as well, looking for the rebound. McCure Shaw, who looked great in that first half, almost coughing up a goal nearly for a side there, but the offside flag. Coming to the rescue there for Sydney Olympic. No changes to report from either bench. Jeffrey Abrahams and Steve Gordon happy with what they've seen in the first half. It looks like there's obviously plenty of weapons for them off the bench, both sides respectively. Sydney Olympic, Anna Ivanovic, Kiana Woods, Priya Skiraja, Helen Malesti and Natalia Giannakos to come off the bench if they wish. That's a good ball over the top. First time effort. Deflected away, and it's going to be a corner for Sydney Olympic. And I think I've told a lie there, because on the ball there was Priya Skiraja, who has seemingly replaced... We'll try and get to the bottom of that. I'll make that my mission, to figure out who has come on for, or who has made way for Priya Skiraja. But she's on the field now as a little bit of a set piece routine straight out of the training ground, you'd say, here for Sydney Olympic. Floating in the middle. It's a good ball. Yamahata was lurking, but a good header away. And Hudson was lurking even further behind the run of Bordana. Looks like Taylor Ray was the player that made way for the hosts during the halftime break. Thought she looked strong defensively, but obviously a bit of fresh legs in the middle and possibly an eye towards next week. Is Jeff Abrahams. Now going forward is Jabba. That's a great ball through to Peaks. Very narrowly offside. Very, very close call there. It was a good run, and she was through on goal and had about 3 or 4 options to her left there, Gabby Peaks, including Maxine Peaks, who found the back of the net earlier with a poacher's finish from the edge of the 6-yard box. Diagonal finish. So this being the final round of the regular season here, we've obviously got a few simultaneous kickoffs. We'll do a quick around the grounds. Bulls FC Academy leading Manly United 1-0, 15 minutes to go there. And just under half an hour to play with the Northern Tigers leading Sydney Uni, as UNSW holding a commanding 4-0 lead over Blacktown Spartans. Whilst the MacArthur Rams 1-0 up over RPL Leichhardt in one half of our finals preview here. The final round of the NPL New South Wales Women's Competition. Kira Shaw has been beaten to that throw by the goal scorer, Barn Edwards. Plays it across the deck to Hudson with the shot taken down. It looked like it was ball first, and another foul is going to go the other way for Sydney Olympic. And the Olympic attack protesting the calling of that. They wanted it to go their way. But to be fair, it was probably ball first. It was Christopherson coming in, laying it off to Hudson at the edge of the box there, Brooklyn Hudson. And would have had a real good go at it, but it was a good stop in the end there, I believe, by Tiana Jabba. Olympic looking to build some momentum the other way now. McEwer Shaw, possibly a falcon there on Christopherson. She'll manage to keep it in, but McEwer Shaw shielding it away from her reach for the time being. She's not going to be denied, though. Christopherson. McEwer Shaw pleading her case to the lino, saying that should have been her ball, but not meant to be. Hudson at the edge of the box. Nojima, curling effort at the front stick. It was a good save by Willisey. Nojima's looked dangerous in attack so far. On the furthest touchline there, Gabby Peake having to collect that one. I think the ball kids seemingly gone home, which is a bit disappointing because there was about 50 of them for the men's game, and they've all probably been kicked out for starting a fight with the Cove members, possibly the young kids out there. They're going at it all game. Back to the action in the middle here. Bordana, nice pass to Yamahata. McEwer Shaw. Little discipline giveaway there by McEwer Shaw, and left a bit flat-footed as Matos plays Christopherson through. Ball in the middle, almost there for Edwards. Edge of the area now is Middleton. Pockets picked by Bordana. And it's a strong battle there. Sorry, it was Skiraja. Here she is now. The substitute keeps this one in. Cuts back centrally. Bordana. Out wide is Jabba. And deflected out for a Stingrays throw. So it looks like the skipper, Brianna Oliveira, has come off as well. And she's been... We'll try and figure out a replacement as Edwards looks to find an answer for the Stingrays. Can't get past Yamahata. Showing why she's one of the best in her position in this competition tonight. As solid as you like it. Headed away, but only into the path of Taylor Young, who sends that one out for an Olympic throw. I apologize. Oliveira is still there. She's on the left. Just a few too many. The change of play and flow from Sydney Olympics caught me off guard a little bit. I have to apologize for that, but she's still out there. It's Maxine Peake, who's drifted in a little bit, it must be said outright, which threw me off guard. But anyway, Stingrays, 1 goal apiece in this game that could determine who finishes in third place in the 2024 regular season in this competition. Middleton under a bit of pressure, was looking for Christopherson out wide. It's going to be an Olympic throw now with the skipper, Oliveira. McEwer Shaw. Long ball over the top. Could be a promising one, but Skiraja's got the fresh legs. Just couldn't get to that one. And wasteful in possession in the first half. It must be said, the host Sydney Olympic, and unfortunately not looking too much better with it here in the second half. We've seen a few attacking chances go by the wayside as McEwen Shaw's header, probably not the desired contact she wanted to get on that one. Would have went out for a throw regardless, but maybe saving the head knocks for a later day. McEwen Shaw will shield this one out for a goal kick. A little push in the back for a troubles from Siobhan Edwards as well. The Stingrays have, much like their opponents, been up and down in the form department to start the season, but have ended the season on a pretty strong note. Obviously last week the 1-1 draw against the North West Sydney Spirit, and then a 3-2 win the week prior against the Northern Tigers as McEwen Shaw couldn't take control of that one. It's going to go out for a corner, and stepping up to it, Brooklyn Hudson. Corner taken quickly. Najima. Back out to Hudson. One more across the face of goal. Went in the middle and it looked like it was Christopherson. Got a touch on it, but not meant to be. The linesman flag was up pretty instantly. And the free kick, Sydney Olympic, wasted again. Possession hard to come by for the hosts so far. I'll get it back there. Commentator's curse on fire tonight. Throw in here by Jabba, taking her time, just evaluating her options really. Try to go down the line, and Taylor Young shielding that one out. Possession back the way of the visitors now. Now Bordana, and something we haven't seen too much from Olympic, just a bit of short passage of triangles, and again possession coughed up by the hosts. Not valuing the ball at all throughout good stages of this game. Edwards trying the flick on, and the run was misdirected. Run back there by Hooks. First time flick over the top from Najima. Not meant to be for Christopherson. Out for a throw, a goal kick, I should say, for Sydney Olympic. Possessed of the ball there by Yamahata, looking for the very early option to play Maxine Peaks. No real danger in the end there, and picked up by Poppy Hooks. The other way with it now, Danica Matos. Najima turning with the heavy touch. Middleton. Matos. The top ball, and Christopherson got plenty of pace to burn, wasn't able to show it there. Possession coughed up. Scores remaining the same around the grounds. A quick little update there, nothing to see there. Cartharan's yet to get back underway against Apia Leichhardt. The other way, Maxine Peaks losing possession on Ojima, and she's tripped up on her way out by Bordana. Cards still remaining in the pocket. Nothing issued as of yet. So Sydney Olympic, obviously to end the season, it's a bit of a far cry from how they started. Started off the season red hot with 21 goals from their first 4 wins, which came in 5 games. Ball bouncing over the top. Yamahata shielded it away. Looked like she wasn't too comfortable underneath it, but it's hard to fault her performance today, so you'd assume it's all part of the plan. As that goal kick goes straight to Matos. Bit of space to go forward. Danica Matos, good ball. Christopherson can't get to that one. And there's the School of Ball kids ready to pick that one up. Good to see their return. See Sydney Olympic, 21 goals from those first 4 wins in the first 5 games. You know, 7, 6, 4 and 4 goals across those 4 wins. When they score, they just let the floodgates open when they can get a couple. They just haven't had their attacking chances given to them today. And that's credit to both the midfield and defensive work of the Illawarra Stingrays, but able to constrict them a lot and just squeeze them out of the attacking third. And we've seen a lot of situations like this. Going down the left to Deki Mura. Plenty of involvement here. So we expect to see a bit of movement from the Sydney Olympic bench. The bench has been cleared out by Jeff Abrahams. Nojima goes from it for distance. That's a fantastic save. Willesee was caught off guard, and if not for the acrobatic save, that was fine in the back of the net for sure. I believe it was Nojima with the strike. She's had a couple goes from long distance already. But now Brooklyn Hudson on the corner. Can she make something happen for the Stingrays? Can they end the season on a high? The ball never went in. A very disappointing end to the corner there. So the Stingrays, from their 25 games played so far, just over, or just under 2 goals a game, which is pretty impressive considering their defensive acumen as well. Only conceding 33 goals this season compared to their opponents who conceded 40 at the same level. Just 1 point separating these two sides on the ladder at the moment as well. There's a nice little battle there between peaks and hooks. One out by the Stingrays defender. Now under a bit of pressure, Skiraja coughing up possession. And now out wide, getting a chance to show how much pace she's got. Taylor Young. Edwards on the left. Taylor Young with a beautiful switch to Matos. Danica Matos headed in by Hudson. But it was straight into the path of Skiraja, who runs away with it now. Now the Stingrays with a chance to reset. Hit just under 25 minutes to go. Ball try to play through. Edwards could get to this. Willis's first to it. Makira Shaw, her pass straight into the path of Nojima. She's going to go for goal from here. She's been tripped up, maybe over her own feet. And simulation caught by the referee. A handball, I should say. No time wasted the other way now, Sydney Olympic. Early one from Kulazakis. Maxine Peaks got the ball, but she also collected Danica Matos. Giving her a chance to recover. Danica Matos. The Bulls FC Academy wrapping up a 4-1 win over Manly United. 12 minutes to play in the other 2 games. NSW still leading Blacktown Spartans 4-0. And the Northern Tigers repeating the Sapphire Cup final with a 1-0 win as it stands right now over Sydney Uni. A great game that was, and a great tournament to put this great competition on display. Stingrays now with the ball back with Najima. Taylor Young into there with Edwards. Possession coughed up. Ray trying to play Peak through. It's a one-on-one battle. Who's going to get first to it? Peak was offside. Emery got a strong foot away to it. And that ball is going to have to get some searching to find that one. It's launched away into the crowd. So first substitution of the second half being lined up by the Illawarra Stingrays bench. Interested to see who it will be coming off for the visitors. Edwards, strong touch. Yamahata first to it. It's going to be Adelaide Thompson coming on for the Stingrays. As Maxine Peak going to find Gabby Peak on the right. Intercepted by Taylor Young. And a long ball over the top, trying to find Deki Mura. But Jabba's going to be first to it. Playing it back under a bit of pressure is Willisey, but as calm as you like. It was a good ball, you have to say, chipping over the top. But I don't think Jabba was expecting. I think Jabba was expecting a big hoof towards the other side of the field. And now the Stingrays with a throw in a very dangerous territory. Willisey calling for her team to move out as they do, and it's worked out well. Don't doubt the keeper. She had a good game so far. Great save a couple of moments ago to keep proceedings level. Throw-in, try to find the feet of Maxine Peak. But a long clearance away now from Edwards. Gives the Stingrays the chance to go the other way. Just a little bit too much. Couldn't find the feet of Deki Mura on the left. And that substitution going to be made now. Looks like it's Brooklyn Hudson coming off. To a large round of applause as Adelaide Thompson makes her way onto the field. Jabur spots the open run there, and now back through Willisey under pressure and got underneath the board. Didn't get the desired clearance on that one. Nojima's taken down. Referee waves it off. Now throw-in taken quickly by Danica Matos. Middleton. Long range effort from Taylor Young. Tried to knuckle it possibly and just got underneath it. And Willisey be thinking, why can't all the long range shots that have come at me tonight been like that? Because there's been some darts. And she's been forced to work just to keep the Stingrays at one for the time being. Heavy touch from Matos off the ensuing goal kick. Go out for a Sydney Olympic throw. It's going to go out just as quickly as well. And Olympic just slowly creeping their way back into this one. You felt like the momentum was almost completely shifting the way of Illawarra, but the hosts finding their way, finding their footing a bit more, attacking-wise, if you will. As Jeff Abrahams lines up substitution here as well. Quick call for the ball through to Maxine Peake. Great challenge there, but the clearance has fallen to Gabby Peake, who slipped at the crucial moment. Both Gabby and Maxine Peake missing their chances there, and a bit of off-ball push there. Is that Taylor Young? It's a red card! No questions asked about it. Seems to be a bit of an urgency in getting the physio over. But the ball was well away and might have been a swinging arm. Regardless, the Stingrays are down to 10. Protesting her innocence, saying that she got hit. There, Taylor Young, but might have been both ways. The referee didn't see it that way. So a tactical adjustment's going to have to be made here as Steve Gordon already issuing his troops around. So yellow card issued the other way as well, as it looks like Skiraja possibly. No, it wasn't. It was Kulazakis who got caught up there with Taylor Young. So that left side, which is so deadly for the Stingrays, has just been hit a massive, massive blow. So Helena Malaysi coming on, and it's Maxine Peake, the goal scorer, who makes way. So Helena Malaysi is going to occupy that number 9 role. Straight onto it, and it looks like Deki Mura's going to have to fill in as a temporary left wing back, obviously with a bit of license to go forward, but they're going to be one short on the left side. It was disappointing for Taylor Young. She had a really good game. The first half, she was central to everything they were doing going forward, and defensively, her efforts hadn't stopped all game. You just hope for her sake that that's not the one that that moment determines where they finish. Obviously, they're going to be in finals, but if you had to pick between RP Leichhardt and MacArthur Rams, you'd probably pick. You probably wouldn't want to pick against the two-time premiers. Kershaw with the 1-2 with Ray. Evaluating her options going forward. Taylor Ray switches it to the skipper Oliveira. Yamahata. Just under 15 minutes to go now. Deki Mura showing what she's got defensively. What a great game she's had. Najima coughing up possession, and Jabba has to work hard, calling in the help of Gabby Peake, but it won't matter because it's going to be a free kick the way of Sydney Olympic. Now Sydney Olympic, definitely the momentum shift in their way, but you can just see there, just happy to hold their position, the Stingrays. Let Olympic come at them. They've got weapons going forward, and pace as well, especially with Christopherson on the right side of field here, alongside Danica Matos. Obviously, Taylor Young rapid as well. She would have been great to that, but straight red card. Bit of a rarity this season. As the second substitution being lined up here for Steve Gordon's side. Position one back here with Hudson. Try to play the early one through to Seaburn Edwards. She got past Yamahata, but just one too many in the end there. Makua Shaw shoring up the defensive line. Excuse the pun. Teki Mura. Long ball over the top. Yamahata heads first to it. Taylor Ray. Try to play the substitute through. It's not meant to be, in the Stingrays now the other way. Down one player. You wouldn't suspect it though. It's been pretty even since that red card a couple minutes ago. Over the top, trying to find the pacey legs of Christopherson. But Makua Shaw, happy to watch that one go out. Possession one back just quickly from the Stingrays. They've had plenty of interceptions, plenty of win backs, and their aerial fight backs have been fantastic today. Edwards trying to play over the top, but Makua Shaw didn't have to move for that one. Tanika working very hard back in defense. There, acknowledging her mistake a little bit there, Tanika Matos. A little bit out of position, but as long as you work hard to get back there, it's the end result that matters, really. Early effort, great save! Sophie Emery had to deny the substitute who put venom behind that strike. As the second substitute being lined up here. Looks like Taylor Ray is going to make way. There's going to be Natalia Giannakos coming on. The goal line is flooded with Olympic jerseys. Parried away. Calls for handball possibly. That's great work there by Middleton to get her side out of danger. And possibly start a counter-attack if she could find the feet of Edwards. But Jabba, the experienced campaigner, first to it.
Coming off number 9, Demi Kulazakis. And she's replaced by 36, Natalia Giannakos.
So correction there, thanks to the ground announcer. So it's Demi Kulazakos who made way. And Natalia Giannakos, who replaces her in the 10 role. As the Stingrays line up a substitution of their own. Seaburn Edwards, the goal scorer, looked threatening in attack all day and probably a bit more of a defensive-minded switch there for Steve Edwards. Coming on, Kaylee Austin, number 13. So Malesi leads the line for Sydney Olympic, and it looks like they've adopted a two-striker lineup with the substitute Giannakos coming on as well. Two fresh legs and two younger bodies, I should say, as opposed to the seniors that just made way. Sophie Emery happy to chew off as much clock as she can as we tick down to the final 10 minutes of this clash. Long clearance and the bounce almost getting the better of Taylor Ray. Did get the better of Yamahata, who was forced to track back into position. Cleared over the top, but it was one too many there for Priya Skiaraja. Bit of room to move was Middleton, but slipped at the crucial moment. And Yamahata there to pick up the scraps, but looked for the quick disposal there outright side for Oliveira. Not meant to be, but it'll be a throw for Olympic anyway. They'll get the ball back, and the skipper picking up this one for the throw. Makua Shaw couldn't get as much strength as she'd wanted on that clearance, and it was a low-driven one. Taylor Ray wins it back, though. Puts Najima on the ground as well. Jabba pushing forward. Gabby Peaks. Possession coughed up. It was a good win back there by Najima, who initially costed her side possession, but Yamahata again. Have to be in double digits for interceptions by now. Yamahata over the top. Gabby Peak trying to get onto that one, but it was Hooks. Gabby Hooks shielded away and waited for Sophie Emery to come through and give her a hand, which she did so. You'd say at this stage the Stingrays would probably take a draw. Sydney Olympic would be pretty disappointed with anything less than 3 points. Jabba over the top, spots the run of the substitute Giannakos. It's not meant to be. That'll pretty easily go out for a throw and shielded away there by Cooper. Najima, risky pass in the middle there. Considering the run of Maleski, she was just there waiting for that, wanting the intercept to come to her. Kira Shaw, heavy touch. And first to it is Adelaide Thompson. Taylor Ray. Now Makua Shaw, can she make up for it? Yes, she can. Nice, solid pass. But coughs up possession just as quickly. 2-on-1 chance now. If she can get it across the face of goal, it's Christopherson. Side netting and goal kick. You got to think possibly one of the last attacking opportunities for the Stingrays. You won't see them committing that many numbers forward, being a player down. So full time between the Northern Tigers and Sydney Uni. It's the Tigers walking away with a 1-0 win as UNSW in the final minutes of their game against the Blacktown Spartans hold a 5-0 lead as the MacArthur Rams still 1-0 over Apia Leichhardt. Makua Shaw now. Tried to play it over the top, but it went straight to the feet of Giannakos. Won't matter though, because Olympic will get another chance here. Just under 6 minutes to go of regulation. Taylor Ray with a quick pass. Gabby Peaks over the top. Maleski is called for the fouls. They both battled for the ball, and a final substitution here for Sydney Olympic. Ebony Makua Shaw is going to come off. So Jabba moving from the right side of that back three to the left. And Kiana Woods is the replacement. So that's all the substitutions for Sydney Olympic. One more to go for the Illawarra Stingrays if they wish. Haley Callow and Ella Giles yet to have their numbers called. Calls for a foul there by Gabby Peak. She doesn't seem too happy with that, but possession remains with the hosts. Long ball into, it's almost there for Skiaraja. The head is a bit misjudged there by Hooks, but Sophie Emery, as reliable as you like it, first to it. Emery issuing her troops to the right side. They want to try and keep possession for as long as they can. That one almost straight out for the right touchline. Throws only as far as the head of hooks. A couple of substitutes linking up there on further touchline as Deki Morta, the temporary left back. Long throw. Not wasting any time. Not too sure about that considering they're a player down, but it's worked out well. 4 minutes to go of regulation. Deki Morta's throw again. That's a perfect header. And it was almost there for Adelaide Thompson on the left. Good follow-up header by Kaylee Austin to replace the goal scorer, the first goal scorer of this game, Siobhan Edwards. Yamahata had to work hard to save that one out from going for a corner. And Olympic now with a chance to conjure something. Can't seem to get it out of their own end at this stage, and get out of jail free card. You ask and you shall receive. Referee giving him a free kick. Taken quickly by Ray. Jabba. Expertly getting past their defender. It's a good ball there. Scared Archer. Over the top. Could leave it for Giannakos. To the ground goes Olivero, and that's going to be a very costly free kick from close range. Credit to Helena Maleski. Had a great little touch to send them off out wide. Could have been calls for offside as well, but most of the time they run absolutely perfect. Taylor Ray stepping over this one. If she gets this, Sydney Olympic can all but seal up 3 points and third spot in season 2024. Taylor Ray got it over the wall. But I think Sophie Emery spoiled it all because she knew that wasn't coming anywhere near her. Let that one go out. That's a very disappointing end for Sydney Olympic. You don't get it much better than that at the edge of the box. Good effort in the end, though. Just a little bit wide as Emery takes this one quickly. Happy to let Hooks send it up the field. Yamahata. Ray. Back to Willisey. Assessing her options forward. Decides to go central. Hooks is there. Back to Danica Matos. Playing it across. Yamahata now. Wins it back. Taylor Ray trying to play the quick one to Giannakos. Cooper. First time ball through. Najima. Trying to lay it off was Kaylee Austin. A good stop there. Great headed effort. Danica Matos. Kupu still tracking back. Giving up the ball there. Middleton. 1-2 with Thompson. Out wide is Christopherson. Middleton happy to let this one go to Matos. Chewing a few valuable seconds off the clock. So we enter the final 20 seconds here of regulation. Christopherson across the face of goal. At the back stick, Thompson. Just playing it back. Probably not looking for a goal as desperately as they previously would have with 11 players. Matos heading it forward. Christopherson doesn't pay her back with the run there, and the headed chance for Austin. Met first by Yamahata, and Adelaide Thompson's shot never really troubling Willisey there. So regulation time is up. Just into injury time now. Two sides prolific goal scorers, getting them on the board in the first half. A red card to Taylor Young in the second. The key moments in what has been a thrilling 90 minutes of football so far. And a foul given away by the substitute. Caitlin Cooper on the receiving end of that. It was Molesky. Danica Matos goes the front stick only as far as Ray. It's going to go out for a throw. And the Stingrays with one last throw of the dice. Can they steal an improbable 3 points being down a player? Holding it in the corner, and inadvertently there, Oliveira is smashing the ball into the line assistant there. Again, just happy to hold it in the corner. So now the seconds are going to tick away. They want to hold on to a draw. They want to hold on to third place and end the regular season on a high. They'll match up with Apia Leichhardt next week, with the winner of that playing the winner of the MacArthur Rams at Sydney Olympic game in the grand final at Combank Stadium, Saturday 7th of September. What are they going to do here? Could be lining up a long one, Matos. Matos again. Molesky putting a bit of pressure on them, but still Stingray's ball. That throw maybe a little bit too far for Christopherson, and it is. Could this be the final kick of the game for Willisey? Wants it to be. Long hoof from Willisey. Headed back into the path of the Stingrays. Middleton over the top. Could it be last chance saloon here, possibly? And that's all she wrote. They're going to have to share the points. 2 first half goals and a red card. It was a thrilling game here at the end of a double header at Net Charter Jubilee Stadium. Thank you very much for joining us on the Football New South Wales YouTube page. I've been Dominic Creniti. Thank you for joining us throughout the remainder of the regular season, and please tune in next week for the start of the final series. Thank you.
On the Football New South Wales website and social media for dates and times. On behalf of the Sydney Olympic Football Club, thank you everyone for your attendance tonight and your attendance